let's just sum up the discussion that we have had till now.
Okay, ठीक है. Okay, you do it.
Okay, so based on what we have decided till now, whatever things we want, whatever features we want in our MVP, which are right now that there should be a user who should be able to create an account, should be able to log in, should be, yeah, create an account and should be able to log in. And the
Yep.
next features are that they should be able to create a new account, create a new product, should be able to uh, add a new product, see the product list, and then should be able to create or list the testimonials.
Huh. Right.
As per this, we identified three prominent entities. One is a testimonial, one is the product, and one is the user. So based on that, we have decided that we will need at least three tables, which will be the user table, the product table, and the testimonial table. So
Yep.
the first course of action for us would be to design the whole database, the fields which these tables will require, and how they will relate to each other. And then the second thing, as we know that the front end would be calling the backend APIs, which will in turn interact with the database. So we'll have to define and design the backend APIs, the APIs that the front end will be calling. So
Yep.
related to the features that we have decided, we would have the sign up API, a login API, and a user details API for the authentication purposes.
Yep.
We'll also have a create product API, a list product API.
Okay, so let's put those as well. Um, Create product API, list product API, um,
And I think the same thing for testimonials as well. Create testimonial, list testimonial,
and then product detail.
del- product it. Uh, I guess, yeah, yeah, correct.
And then we
Yeah.
will have the similar set of three. Create and then create testimonial, list testimonial, and testimonial detail API. है ना?
Okay, yeah. Now we'll have to design these things in more detail. Like
Right.
what exactly will happen when you call the sign up API? You should be creating a new entry in the user table, I guess, with the correct details.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some verification that has to be done. Similarly, for a list product API, it should be querying the product table for the given user and should be returning the required product details, the info that we require that we want to see on the page.
Agree.
So we'll have to detail each API endpoint in terms of what is the input it will take and then what is the response that it will be returning.
Okay, so how do we do that?
Um,
I
I
can.
think we can probably just note this down right now.
Okay. Uh, we see if this will work. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here,
So
let's decide.
what I was thinking was, instead of detailing or designing everything right now, I'm thinking let's have an overview of everything,
Yeah.
and then maybe everybody could give their inputs on what should be the correct thing, and then maybe, yeah, during the week we can have everybody gives their inputs, and all of us we review that, and then we finalize on one detail.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, I was I was going the same line as what you were saying, that this will become input. Um, um, okay, hold on. 18. Should we do something like that?
Yeah, yeah, this looks good.
How do I go to the next line? I guess I cannot go to the next line in this one. Something like that, right?
Yeah,
So is that what you were saying when you were saying that the next step is
yeah, 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 this is what I meant.
okay? And maybe I need another. So this is actually the function, and then hmm, input, output, and then the process logic. Delete column, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So I say we can make something like this. So basically, what we was able to do, design, back-end design, and then similarly there will be front-end screen, I guess.
Yeah.
And then with each of these, we'll have this is for back-end, like what they are taking, what they are returning, and then from this point we would probably have some kind of database as well, tables and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we made tremendous progress in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah. And this is where I'm thinking of, like, we have the tables listed here,
Yeah.
and let's say everybody gives inputs on what fields to have.
Okay.
Where should we have the discussion? How do we decide? Should we have that on GitHub or Discord?
Yeah, so Discord is there. Actually, somebody responded. Okay. We can have it here. We can have it at Discord. You guys suggest.
I think, yeah, Discord should be good.
Okay. And one of the good thing about this tool um, is you can actually comment here. So you select something and then you can add your comment. Oh, never mind. That's a pro feature. Um, but easiest is you can even do this, right? So something like that. So there are
Yeah.
ways that we can do things here.
Yeah, yeah. This is a nice idea. You can have this.
Enough? Okay. All right. So that's what we had. What do we do now? Um, I
Okay,
can.
so the let's list out the next action items.
Okay.
One would be that would be, I guess these are the action items. So
Yeah.
design the yeah, discuss and design the fields and the database tables. Then we have
Okay.
design the APIs.
Yeah. So design the table and fields. Um, and this one, what we will do there, what we're asking is team members to try. Ah, how do we do that? Design and table fields. Okay, let's continue with the at least the steps and then okay, design the table and fields, and then how you said how they are related to each other. Identify relationship between the tables. वो चलेगी मिथलेश M- मिथलेश how they are related to each other.
हाँ कुछ असाइनमेंट था चलिए उसमें
Okay. Um, okay, so this then create upon what we are saying.
We design the API endpoints. Maybe it's not
Correct.
design but detail. I don't know what would be the proper term.
Okay, API endpoint and logics inside each API. है ना?
Yeah.
Um, plus the input output parameters. You this and then let's keep this below. So these are design, identify relationship, then create tables, fields. So this is the part where we are saying create. है ना?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. Okay. So ये हो गया design, create tables, fields, create nest.js backend, front end to call nest API call. ठीक है, यहाँ तक तो हो गया. Now what my understanding is that in the backend, Roberto has used the MongoDB, but that is running on his machine. I
Mhm.
don't know if there is last time we talked about putting it somewhere so that everybody can connect to it. I think it's running on his machine right now. So at some point we will have to figure out. He was saying that we can create a account at MongoDB. I have not used MongoDB before, so I'm a bit
Yeah, we can have a free cluster, free MongoDB cluster for our development.
on
Yeah, all of
MongoDB.com.
yes, they have a website, the creators of MongoDB themselves.
Okay, so then one of the step would be uh, create a free MongoDB. Okay, so once we create that MongoDB cluster, then uh, then we will need some instructions and connection string.
Yeah.
Create a simple doc with connection string and steps to connect to that database from each dev machines, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can try that. I have never done it. Um, or and then we will create tables. We will create this, and then this. I think we need a documentation on how to set up your local machine. Create a simple Talk to configure project on your local session so that you can check online. Right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So what else?
I think this looks fine. No.
Okay.
So
So
the
Abdul,
design step, guess, should be our main focus for this week.
okay.
Once we're able to design it, even the low level stuff, then it won't take too long to write all the code.
That's true. That's yeah.
Right now, it feels, I mean, without designing, it feels like a very big effort. So we also start procrastinating.
And when you're saying low level design, what do you mean by that?
Um, so, so I program in Python, it's object oriented. So by low level, I would mean class level design. So JavaScript is functional, but I don't know about Nest. Maybe they have more. I
Hmm.
don't know. I'll check that.
Okay,
But
okay.
maybe with low level design, I would mean right now to, if we are able to design the API endpoints like what we have talked about,
Okay, okay, okay,
uh,
okay.
right,
Okay.
that would be a good low level design.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So that's good. So Mitlesh,
हाँ
the work that we just did, right? This is something that as a project manager or a scrum master can kind of facilitate. Like most of the thing was done by Prashant, but
okay
I was just capturing everything, right? I was guiding the discussion. So what next and what next. So the idea was all his, but I was able to kind of guide that. So as a project manager or as a scrum master or TPM, that's the power that we kind of bring to the table. That we know nothing, just a very high level idea, but then with that guided conversation, we was able to produce this.
okay so
Now
all these things we will be having in the backlog items I think है ना
exactly, that's exactly where I was going. So now with this discussion, we have these like three of the design step and five of the create step, and then
okay
also these are different elements, right? Now, as a project manager, you won't be doing all this, but you have to find different people like who will work on this table design, who will work on this particular function or all of the function, and then we talk about that having the conversation, a collaboration within the team, either using Discord or using this tool. So who will do that?
okay
Who will initiate that? Who will participate in that conversation? And if nothing happened until Wednesday, so then who is triggering that follow-up conversation, right? So
okay
that's where, uh, so the first step would be to converting this into some actionable step that you can track, and then making sure that each of these actionable step has a name assigned to.
but for this we will have to discuss with the team who will be taking the responsibility for on its own
So first thing is getting is to kind of expanding that, right? So what we said that this is just a beginning, but we need some kind of this type of table that has input, output, processing logic for each of these boxes,
okay
and then for each of these tables. Now, as a project manager, you're not the one who is defining all this. So the people who will be defining is Roberto, Abdul, Prashant. These
okay
are the three key people, right? And then
okay
if Vishrut or Ayush are able to participate, that's great. Otherwise, at least they can consume this information, right?
okay
So, um, so the next big thing is how we bring these three people together, online or offline. So first preference would be we can post a message and ask if they are available tomorrow or sometime this week to have this conversation. The second one is, hey, we have created this, and this is what this mean, and let's start contributing. And what that mean is either add comment like this, so that what are the fields in this table, you can add this comment. What this mean, you can add something like this, or we can have this table where for each of these function, what are the input and output values and logic. Similarly, we can create a similar type of table for each similar type of view for each of these table, and say what are the fields there. And then we can ask people to contribute there. So just as I was explaining to you, I figure that this may be a better approach to get so technical design and then database design. Oh, we are already 12 o'clock, so I will try to finish it soon, okay?
Okay.
Just this one more thing and we will be done. So database design, for example, here, table name, then we can say fields. We don't need this, we don't need this. So in this case, the table number 1 is user table. And then the field would be user ID, control, user name, something like this. And then you have, actually, we don't need username password because we are using Google Auth. So first name, I just want to write ext, something like this. And then description, and let's get rid of this guy. Right, so something like this, right? So now with this, give us allow us to do some kind of instructions to the team member that, hey, we have created this, and then if you can, we can collaborate offline, or if you have time sometime this week. So my suggestion would be start offline and then jump on a call Tuesday or Wednesday or something, wherever everybody have some time, like in the morning, I guess 7 o'clock or something.
No issue.
Cool, right?
Okay.
Prashant, thank you so much. This was really, really good.
Yeah, no issues at all.
विनोद,
Yeah.
हमने जो रिकॉर्डिंग आज किया ना, प्लीज शेयर.
Yeah. I will share it today only.
Okay.
After this meeting.
Okay. I will go through once.
Okay. And then we will share with other as well. Because the discussion that we had around how we dissected this backend and database was fantastic. It will be a good learning for everyone.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Anything else before we disconnect?
No. But I will suggest to connect other teams before assigning the responsibilities who will be taking on his own.
Yeah.
So as we know, in agile methodology, we can't force or direct, but we'll have to just to manage. So it will be better to have a decision with the team who will be taking which responsibility.
Agree.
So after their consent, we will decide, we will distribute them their responsibilities and move further.
Okay, makes sense. All right then.
Okay.
Bye, Prashant.
Bye, Vinod. Bye, Mithilesh.
Bye bye.
And Prashant, don't stop writing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Bye.